What's going on, everybody? It's Sunday afternoon. There's 70 of you mother Canuckers in here to chat Halloween ends. I know people are growing impatient. People are excited. People are worried. People are everything. Let's just calm down and talk a little bit about a movie franchise we love today. And I can't say none of what we're going to talk about is not going to be controversial because I think we're in for about 3 months of that or so, and probably a lot longer than that as well. Joining me on this fun-filled Sunday afternoon, Mr. Whitfield. What's going on, bro?
How you doing, sir?
I'm enjoying a beverage.
What is that?
One of the alcoholic kind. You know?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So.
What is it? It looks like a Sam Adams.
It's a Palm Bay.
What the hell is that?
Here come all the
That's some Canadian stuff.
Drinks comments.
Is that some Canadian beer?
No, it's sort of a vodka of sorts. It's a vodka mixed drink, and it tastes good.
Vodka.
Yeah, good. Smooth. I have a feeling in not too long there's going to be a lot of people doing this. So
yes,
we'll have to wait and see, though. I mean, my thoughts and views on things don't represent anybody at the channels, let alone everybody else's in the fandom. So
I'm going to walk into the movie theater with a 12-pack.
A 12-pack?
Yes.
Are you aware? So do movie theaters down in the States, by the way, if you're new to the channel, we like to banter off the top here. There's not really a set show plan today other than we're absolutely going to talk about that trailer that's coming. Teaser. People should stop calling it a trailer. It's not a full-length trailer. We're going to talk about that teaser that's coming. We're going to sort of talk about the leaks, and general reception of them. And then we're also going to take a moment right now to shamelessly self-promote our Patreon, which, big thanks to the, I think it's like 70 people over there now. We're close to it that support the channel on that level. It's greatly appreciated. If you want to sign up for Patreon today, you can go over and do so. Patreon.com/Fandom Empire. And tonight, we're going to try something. If you're a Patreon member at the Lampkin Lane tier, I'm going to try something different. Matt doesn't even know about this. I don't know if Matt's in attendance tonight either. I know Mike Bish is supposed to be, but we'll see. Tonight on the Patreon, we're going to do this. We're going to hold a Halloween Ends. Uh-oh. Matt's first response is, uh-oh. We're going to have a Halloween Ends open mic night. So what's going to happen is we're going to take our StreamYards link and we're going to throw it into the Patreon chat and over on Patreon ahead of time. And we're going to head on over there and let everybody sort of give their non-spoiler thoughts on things they're hearing, the general vibe of the fan base at the moment, their excitement or lack thereof. Because everybody has a different take. People should be excited. It's a film that you've not seen before. And I think you should approach any film you see, regardless of what franchise it's in, with an open mind. So tonight, open mic night. We don't have a set time on this yet. I'm going to guess it's going to be about 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So we'll wait and see on that one. And anybody who does come on, if you step out of line or do anything stupid, then obviously you will be removed immediately from both the stream and the Patreon. So hopefully everybody doesn't abuse this and has a good time tonight. But outside of that, Matt, just to talk Halloween Ends for the next little while, bud. There's a lot out there right now, and to the crowd that keeps saying they can't find anything, well, yet everybody keeps fucking messaging me and probably every other content creator with, this is what I seen with Halloween Ends. And yeah, what's going on, Sham? You having a drink for us, bro? I think Tommy B, also, by the way, I just want to state this right off the top. I don't know if he's still watching or not. But the fact that Tommy B took a vacation across to the other side of the planet during the busiest 2-week period for our channel and didn't even invite the rest of the staff.
I know, right?
All expenses paid vacation, I think speaks volumes of Tommy B's selfishness.
Yeah, Tommy B's gone.
Fuck that guy.
I know, right?
I hope he has the biggest fucking grin on his face right now if he's still listening. And if not, I'm sure he'll. So he's got better things to do than to hang out with us. Rude talk. Right? Rude. Hey, bro, I sent you a message, by the way. I was trying to get something prepared for on Twitter before the show, but I don't think we got it lined up. If you want, after the show, you and I can. I don't know if you have I can send you the StreamYards link, and you can come in here, and we can sort of talk about it and go from there if that makes things easier. But I mean, you're a super talented dude. By the way, if anybody hasn't seen Multiverse of Geek Madness's Halloween posters, they're fucking fantastic. Like, he just did one, and I have not asked him for permission to share this, so and I'm going to anyway to give him the shout out. But if anybody hasn't seen his latest Halloween Ends concept poster, and again, might not be for everybody, but for me, I think it's the best one we've seen yet. It's fantastic. I'm going to pull it up on screen here for everybody. It does contain sort of a minor spoiler. I'll let people know that now, but let's throw it up on screen here. Give this guy a shout out. By the way, if you guys do any Halloween artwork of any sort, whether you're a mask creator, you're someone that works on coveralls, or you just screw around with images and such, and you want to share them, you want to get them out there, hit us up. We absolutely love sharing people's creative work out there. And I want to just give him a shout out because this is fucking incredible. I love the take on this poster. I mean, for like a year now, I've been saying the poster would be, front on, face forward, a full shot of the front of his face. Obviously, this is not the official thing. But I like some of the, we'll say facts that he included in this poster. And just the vibe of it, Matt. I think it looks fantastic. Not to say that there isn't other really cool Halloween Ends posters out there. Someone did a batch of them. I think it's Allison, Lori, and Michael, and it sort of looks and feels like an old Friday poster from the first one.
Yeah.
And they look amazing too. So people do all sorts of incredible work. And this, before we get Matt's thoughts on the poster, this is what I'm talking about. This right here, creating fan art because you're excited about the journey to something, is what we've been borderline preaching to everybody for a very long time. Because October is going to come and go, and the inspiration for some of your fan art is slowly going to fade away for a bit. Regardless of when the next Halloween project comes, it's, unless something insane is going to happen, it isn't next year, and it's probably not the year after. So you're looking at least a couple years with no new Halloween content. And enjoy the journey. There's a few months left. I know you want to know every little detail now, and to be honest, you probably can for the most part. But let's enjoy the journey. It's really, really incredible. And again, big shout out to Multiverse of Geek Madness, who did this incredible work. Appreciate you sharing that with us, man. Okay, so Matt, what do you think of the poster, man? I'll put it back up on screen quickly here.
The first thing that caught my eye was the eyes. I think the eyes are on point. The eyes pull you in to the poster with all the other skulls. But I agree with you. It's probably one of the best posters I've seen done. And big shout out to Multiverse for that one.
Big shout out to Shem for going and grabbing a few beers. Grab us one. I think our buddy Intel's still in the chat. Grab him one too. I hear Intel is buying shots for everybody in the chat tonight. No, I'm kidding.
Sweet.
That does look fantastic. It's spectacular, and more people need to take a look at his work because it's fantastic. And I can almost guarantee you, again, this is just my opinion, but I can almost guarantee you that whatever the real poster ends up being, it's more than likely not going to be as good as this one. Simply because I think this one's better than the first two we've got in 2018 and Kills. In fact, Intel says not true. You're right. He did not say shots. He said kegs. He's buying everybody kegs tonight. I'm surprised to see Intel here today. Intel and I had a a deep conversation yesterday, and I wasn't sure how Mr. Wild was going to take it. Not in like a personal way. We were discussing, I don't know, a certain movie we might be getting ready to talk about, and yeah, so it's weird because, like, Matt, for me, Halloween Kills, pardon me, I was super stoked for, because all my life I wanted that movie where Michael Myers was going to kick all sorts of ass. I could deal with the story being shoddy. I could deal with the evil dies tonight. But I just wanted to see Michael getting his kind of Jason Voorhees moment. And we got that. So, like, say what you want about Halloween Kills. We did get that. And that is something that we said for well over a year that you were going to get with that movie. And I don't know if enough people appreciate that part of Halloween Kills is, and some of those same people are I got to be careful here. I don't want to say too much. Some of those same people who maybe don't appreciate how much Michael we got in Halloween Kills are probably bound to be upset at this movie. You think that's fair to say, Matt?
Yeah, probably. I think the nitpickers, the people that are, I mean, we're all going to like do what?
I said, I'm a picker.
I said nitpicker, not nose picker.
I know.
You're probably a butt picker too. So
all the time, man. Can't stop. Hands constantly going back there.
Ooh. No. But no, I think you're gonna have those people that do not like. I think people that do not like Kills are not gonna like Ends. But Ends was the type of movie that had to happen. That storyline had to happen.
Hang on, Ends or Kills? Ends or Kills?
Kills.
Okay. Because I was going to say Ends, I don't think is a story.
No. God, no.
Let's be careful with what we put out there.
How we word it. Yeah. But I think, like I said, I think Kills had to happen. We never saw Michael do what he did. I mean, what was the name of the movie? Mob Rules. So Michael was going to get in fights with mobs and everything. So there was going to be a very aggressive approach to Michael.
Well, I seriously hope people remember the title to this movie was Cave Dweller than the working title. So
yeah, I know. So you're going to have those people that are nitpick, but like we've been continuously saying it, with Ends, I really think you have to go in with an open mind.
Intel Wild sends in a $20 super chat. Appreciate you. Excuse me, burping up the alcohol. Appreciate you support the channel on that level, man. It really means a lot. And Intel just wanted to let all of you know that he thinks that Halloween Ends is going to be the best Halloween movie ever, bar none. I'm kidding. He didn't actually say that. Nobody take that seriously. Yeah, dude, the discourse out there, you can almost always know when someone has come across the actual leak and someone hasn't just by what they send you. And like, it's noticed, like, if you're talking to someone and the leaks, but you're not sure if they do in the way they're talking to you, if they know, because there are certain things that you just can't hide, that are, they stick out like horrible eyesores and you can't avoid them. And tonight we're going to talk about one of those on Lambkin Lane, and I don't know what kind of reception it's going to get. So Lambkin Lane's a little spoilery tonight. And I would argue that this specific spoiler has two parts to it, and we're only going to touch on one of those two parts. But either way, I think some of those people are not going to be overly thrilled with the direction. Now, that said, Matt, someone messaged me this morning. I don't have the fellow's name in front of me. And he said that it might have been Stacy, actually. Not sure. But anyways, someone had said that the trailer had leaked up here in Canada. too, which I found kind of interesting because I thought I would have heard about that. Canada is a big place. I'm not saying we have connections everywhere. It's not the case at all. But I thought I would have heard about that. And like, I'm looking at the contents that's apparently in this leaked trailer description, to be clear. And a lot of it is very viable. A lot of it, actually, Matt, let's see if I can send it to you here just so you can take a glance down at your phone. Should have done this before the show, everybody, but sometimes we just don't have the available time. So that was before the show. And Matt, this is what a fellow content creator sent me this morning. Obviously, I can't read all of that part on air. But basically, the gist of the message that I got from a fellow content creator who you guys more than likely tune into, please fucking tell me that some fucking blank isn't the blank in this movie. This has got to be we got this covered bullshit. And the shit that he was referring to was actually true, ended in the movie. And I took like almost 2 hours before replying to him because him and I share some information. We go back and forth about some stuff, and he's been on the channel before. And I just said, hey, could we be wrong? There's always the possibility, but no, that lines up. And I kid you not, he was immediately done with the conversation. So, but again, what one person perceives as dog shit, another person can perceive as gold. And I just want to take a second before we dive in to the trailer. Matt, you've had a chance to look at it. But I just want to remind everybody that even though most of the people on this channel who do know the movie are responding, let's be honest, quite negatively to it. Sorry, did I say know the trailer? They know the movie. None of us know exactly what's in the trailer. But I, for one, sit here and I will stand by this. I think it has the potential to be the best Halloween story told on screen. I think it has that level of potential. Now, you'll notice I said story and not movie. Again, I think it has the potential to be the best Halloween story on screen. However, having not seen it, having not seen how it's edited, having not heard the score, having not seen the visuals and only had them described, I have no fucking idea. I could walk out of that movie and be going, yeah. But the one word that comes from this is divisive. If I have a prediction, it's going to be divisive. You will have, I think, way more people hating on it than liking it. I think that's like literally you could go bet your house on it, and that's likely going to be the reaction. But I do think the people who have an open mind and aren't in just for straight up slashers could leave this thing going, wow, that was one hell of a swing, and they hit it. I don't know if they hit it. I don't. But it is that kind of movie. Matt, thoughts on the trailer leak without going into spoilers into it? You can see how that could possibly come across as real, although there's a couple of things in there that let you know that it's in fact not. So this is this off of Reddit? I don't know. I don't have
probably.
I think it's off of Reddit, Halloween movies on Reddit, and if that is the case, the description, not to say none of that stuff happens in it, the description is fake. Because there's a couple of things in there that do not happen in the movie.
Right. Yeah, I saw. But yeah, on the surface, it sounds like it could be real. But like you said, it's not.
Jerry, fuck's sake, Sean. I don't need that image. Side note, I want to see a moose wearing a Michael Mass drinking Canada Dry.
Damn.
I mean, my fiance has one of those big T-Rex hats. I could do that. I could put the T-Rex hat on and act like I'm drinking a Canada Dry. We could do that. This is Q&A, by the way. So if you guys have a chance, enter some comments in the question. Obviously, we're not going to get enter some questions in the comment section. Obviously, we can't get to everybody's comments. There's almost 200 people in here. If you absolutely want to get your comment read on air, send in a super chat, but we are going to get to as many as the normal comments as we can. We know not everybody's in a position to afford that. And then reminder tonight over on Patreon, Lambkin Lane, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. That is the decided time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to try something. I don't know how it's going to go. It's going to be the first ever open mic night on Fandom Empire, which means you all will get the link to StreamYards. We'll only bring one person on at a time, but let you guys have your thoughts on everything, and we'll see how that night goes. Hopefully, you don't have to have like a super good setup. Just have your phone and don't have like a bunch of background noise, and we'll have some fun over there with that. So that's tonight, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Patreon.com/Fandom Empire, Lambkin Lane tier, and or higher. Yeah, man, I think the trailer description, whoever did that description has seen the leaks, or at least some of them, and done their best to put out a fake description. There is, though, something missing from that description that it wouldn't surprise me if they did that with the actual trailer. I would actually be kind of proud of them if they did that.
I'm really curious of how they're going to do this trailer and how they're going to present it to the people, knowing what we know. You know, it's going to be crazy. I don't see. I mean, you say this is a teaser trailer. I can't see it being. I can't see a 2-minute trailer coming.
Oh no!
Without everybody being like, "What the fuck?"
So, David Santa Carla, that's a interesting name. Are you going to call out Blumhouse if they market this as a bait and switch movie? Well, Blumhouse isn't in charge of the marketing of the movie, but and let's be clear, they don't give a shit if some fucking YouTube channel with 5,000 subscribers comes out and bashes anything or praises anything. And do they have people that come into these channels and watch these channels? They do. Believe it or not, they do. This is something they do. But yeah, hey, if I don't believe in bait and switch marketing, and not to sound like fucking Robin Hood here again, there are people that can't afford to go see 10 or 12 movies a year that need to pick 2 or 3 movies a year to go, because for a couple to go see a movie, you know, get their drinks and their popcorn and the fuel to get there and back, you're looking at well over $100 a night. And at least up here in Canada. And the worst thing you can do to someone is market a movie as if it's something it's not. It's one thing to hide things. Hiding things in the marketing is fine. But to market it as something it's not, which to an extent they did it with Halloween Kills, that's not right. And yeah, well, look, say what you want about this channel. You might like what comes out of our mouths. You might hate what comes out of our mouths. But we're going to call a spade a spade. If people like it, great. People don't, oh well, they can go find another channel that gives everybody else a gold star. So that will never be us, not as long as I'm around anyway. By the way, if you haven't yet, take a second, click the like button. It turns out that when you click that thumbs up button, it helps other people, such as yourselves, find the video. Leave a comment or a question. It is a Q&A stream. We're going to try to get to what we can. And if you haven't yet, please take a second to consider subscribing to our channel to keep up to date with all of our future content coming. Matt, you ready to dive into some of these questions before we get into any of our other pre-planned topics? You good, Matt?
Yeah. No, yeah. Sounds good, buddy.
All right, let's see what we have here in the chat. So now's the time. Feel free to fill the chat with questions, and we'll get to what we can get to. Again, if you want to have your chat read on air, feel free to send in a super chat if we don't get to yours. StreamYards is oh no, it's not lagging. Someone sent in a super chat. Phantom Empire, being serious this time. Any update on the rumor of Michael speaking? If Allison turns evil, do you think Andy can pull it off better than Scout or Danielle Harris in their movies? I don't know if Danielle Harris was ever given the opportunity to pull it off in her movie. I would argue she was never given that opportunity. And the creators behind they never really intended it that way, and yet that story seemed to be out there. Look, I'm going to be as honest as I can. If it turns out to not be this, then you can absolutely hold me to it, man, and say that we were wrong. We have never once misled any single one of our audience members, and we won't. Michael Myers doesn't fucking speak in this movie. He doesn't. It's not a thing. He's not fucking rolling up in his fucking Monsters casket purse to the fucking local Starbucks asking for a fucking whatever the hell they're called, a Frappuccino. Sorry, I don't shop at Starbucks. He doesn't talk. It's not a thing. I know where you're getting that from. And that guy, insists on marketing his content in clickbait ways, which is fine because a lot of people do that, I guess. But that's just not how we do things,
And you know what? I just want to back you on that. As far as what we've seen in going with ends, I can vouch for him. There is no Michael fucking talking in ends. It makes no sense for Michael to talk in ends. It makes no sense for Michael to talk at all. Because once Michael talks, his character goes out the window, in my opinion. He's a silent killer, and he'll always be a silent killer.
This is so hard. It's always hard when you get to this point. You get a lot of the smaller details, and it's like, what can you say and what can't you say? And it's never, and I know that I messaged this last week. Why is the host always acting like he's keeping a secret? It's about maintaining some level of integrity and not spoiling fucking everybody. Not everybody in here wants to know spoilers. It's that simple. And those that do find the spoilers should always give someone else an option to turn away. I would never want to ruin anyone. I had Darth Vader spoiled for me that he was Luke's father. Like, I can't think of a bigger fucking spoiler in cinema than that. And I had it spoiled for me. And then to top it off, literally 2 minutes later, he spoiled it for me that Luke was Leia's brother. And it was like, oh. So, like, all the original trilogy secrets gone. I didn't get to experience any of them firsthand.
You didn't see that? You didn't know that kid? What? What are you saying? No. What if it can't be his father?
Out. Wasn't he sporting Andrew Fox says, I'm already disappointed with the film. I'm assuming this means Andrew has seen the spoilers. I don't know what to tell you, man. That's going to be a common theme. And I totally understand everybody that feels that way. The only thing I would ask is maybe be open to a different type of Halloween movie, which is why the last stream I went off air saying the movie that this most reminds me of in the Halloween franchise is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, because the reason for that, I'll add more to that, is because Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is clearly, even with the zombie movies, the most different Halloween movie. And the reason I compare Halloween Ends to that is it will be the second most different Halloween movie. And not by just a little bit, by a lot. The October 89 days till Halloween ends. Is it that? Are we that close? That's scary.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary. Multiverse getting some... by the way, Multiverse, if you message me while we're on air, I do have my Twitter window open if you just want to show me where you're at and we can go over stuff. This is just a low-key hangout stream and answering some questions. Although, hang on, let me pull up something here for a second. Yeah, we're gonna dive a little bit more into the trailer here in a few, but I want to answer some more questions. Next Gen Studio says, I loved Kills. It's chaotic and fun, yet still faithful to the OG chapter before the unique, slower-paced finale. Yeah, I think that's an accurate way to put the finale. It's slower-paced, and it has to be. So, Triple Glocks. 3 more days. Agreed. That wasn't addressed to us. The key word is narration. Yeah, I think the narrative of anything is pretty important. YOLO. You messaged me the other day and you created a new Twitter account and then you just kind of disappeared. I don't know what that was about, but there's a trailer description out there and someone in the chat is claiming a trailer leak, but I don't know anything about it. But just remember, last year when someone claimed a trailer leak, no one believed them, and later that night there was a Halloween Kills trailer. So who knows? I don't know though. I've been plenty busy leading up to this stream. I'll be plenty busy after this stream, and then at 9:30 tonight we have Lampkin Lane, so feel free to check us out there. What's Mark Anthony? What's going on, man? What's going on, guys? Haven't popped by the channel for a while. Thought I'd join for a bit. How's everyone doing? Good, man. Nice display pick. CN Tower, gotta love that. Was up in that in October. October. It's a fun little place to go. Heath, all I will say is that if this if this is a true trilogy and it's focused on certain things throughout 2 movies, then you change it completely for a third. That's not the way it should go, but oh well. Yeah, Heath, that's pretty on the money, if I'm being honest.
I agree.
I found the script for Halloween Ends. Is it real? If it's the same one that somebody was mentioning to me today in a message, and I don't really know a good way how I would point that out. But no, the one that someone told me about today is not real. But you could have the real one. I don't know. Sean, did you ever watch Antlers? Also, if you haven't watched X, highly suggested. They're both on my list, man. This summer, I want to watch Antlers. I want to watch X. There's a bunch of other movies. Things are just busy, man. We're about to have a baby again. We're going to have a baby here in anywhere from as little as 2 weeks or as much as 5. So life is about to get crazy. I'm broke in Super Chat. Don't accept McDonald's coupons. Hey, I could go for some McDicks right now. You throw a vape on it though. I gotta get a high going if I'm gonna eat that though.
Now you got me one McDonald's fries. Thanks.
Any truth to the rumor about Allison or Jamie Lloyd thing? You'd have to be more specific on what that rumor is. I have not heard one. Sorry, I'm just going through the questions here, Matt.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Let me ask you this, Matt. Now that we already had an idea what the movie was about, although again, we really, and me specifically, really misinterpreted something. So that required some more thought from all of us, really. Does it have you any less excited for the trailer? I'll be honest. I'm excited to see what the trailer is, to see how they market it. But in terms of seeing what's in it, all my excitement's kind of gone.
I'm excited to see the trailer. Yeah, I get it. I'm excited to see the trailer and how they're going to pull it off. Like you said, the marketing. We know what we know. But I'm still keeping that cautious optimism. I'm not going to say it's going to be bad. I'm extremely. Somebody's asking me, and I said I'm extremely cautiously optimistic about this movie. I've got to see it. I can't read it. You know what I mean? The script we had for.
I've never been more 50-50 on a movie. I am totally open to be blown away. Yeah. I'm totally open to walking out of it going, you didn't just miss the landing, you missed the fucking airport altogether. It could be either way. It's really weird. Daniel says, can you give any hint as to why so many people might not like this movie? Is it because the focus is off of Michael? I will say this. It is more than just one singular thing. It is absolutely more than just one singular thing, which creates a controversy around this movie. For sure. It's not as simple as being like, it's this one thing. No way. Way more complex than that.
Easily 3 or 4 things with me.
Yeah. I'm surprised if it's close to like half a dozen for a lot of people. And just like minor passing moments either.
Yeah.
Sham must be a few drinks into his splurge here. Once he talks, he won't shut up because he ain't said shit for years. Inquisitive motherfucker. There you have it. Michael Myers is going to be the next Inquisitor in Star Wars. Michael Myers versus Vader. Book it. Fandom Empire said it here. It's happening on screen.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Vader kill him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lorraine, re-spoilers. That's nothing. Every time my brother watches the first Halloween movie with someone who has never seen, and Michael stalking Laurie goes, that's his sister. Oh my god.
That's a good one. That is a good
That
one.
is so good, it's worthy of this.
Just made the mistake.
Poor Vader, rest his soul.
Mm.
And let's remember that David Gordon Green compared it to Christine Blah. I did not get our pre-produced video in anywhere close to the shape that I needed to do so. Sorry, I was looking at something. I think you were too. We have a pre-produced video that compares this movie to some movies outside of the Halloween franchise. And hopefully that comes soon. But like, I'm one guy doing all I can, and the other guys are here to help out with on-air stuff. But behind the scenes, I got to balance personal life and work life and this all together, and it's not easy to get stuff out. So, Spaceman, same old question: is or will Michael be supernatural in Halloween Ends? Will they explain how he survived all those injuries? All I'm going to say is, oh man, that's tough. Matt's like, yeah, how are you going to answer that? The movie deals with a lot of that stuff, is what I'll say. And I, if I say anything else, it's saying too much.
I know.
Little Joey says, Phantom Empire, I don't know if it's true, but I heard Michael is in a sewer. I won't say it's not true.
I would say at some point. Is that safe? We can say.
Wait, what? Liam, I don't know the point you're making, man. Could Monday be the beginning? Sir, I think the beginning has already started. The beginning started the second that they all started to tweet out 720. There's their beginning of marketing. Just being honest, that's how it works these days. So marketing did, in fact, start this week. And they held the bloody test screening this week, too. So, if it's Hobo Myers, a la Rob Zombie through all of ends, I might just count myself out from seeing the film. Well, Wayne, I'll save you a little bit. This is what I can say on Hobo Myers. There's a lot of people saying that Hobo Myers does not exist, and they might end up being right for the final cut. However, we can tell you Hobo Myers did exist. There's visual evidence to support this. But in the most recent cut of the film, in that place that another viewer just brought up, is where he looked like that, and now he doesn't look like that. So, and I'm not saying that just to save face. Hey, if he doesn't show up at all looking like Hobo Myers, then we were wrong. It's that simple. But that provides a little context to your question. There's way too many questions to go through all these, Matt. So I'm going to start skipping some of them.
Okay.
And yeah. Did we answer Jerry's question? Did we answer the super chat? I think we answered the super chat.
Yeah, we did.
Up on the Ventura says love story. Fuck it. It's not a love story. I don't believe for a second it's a love story. Sorry, I'm not putting it in that perspective. Maybe someone else is gonna put it this way, but yeah.
It's not.
He says narration is big and ends. Again, is big and ends. Yeah, I agree, but there's only so much that you can put onto that. At the end of the day, you can have whoever narrate something, but that doesn't change, certain aspects of the film and where that focus is, On the leaks, this is what I'll say. I'm going to go over these topics again. We're going to go for about 20 more minutes here, guys. So get your questions in now. We'll answer questions for 20 more minutes, and we'll do all of our shameless plugs and all that shit. But this is what we can tell you. The trailer is coming Wednesday. It's a teaser trailer. It's short. Please go into it with reasonable expectations. If you think they're showing as much as Halloween Kills, I'd be stunned. Even though all this time I've expected it, I still can't see them doing it. And Matt knows the reason why. And my guess is you're either going to get something that's super secretive, or you're going to get something that is cleverly marketed, shows bits of truth, but, hides a lot of other stuff. There is a difference between completely lying and hiding. We'll see if they go either of those routes, but that comes Wednesday. And then the poster, I believe, is supposed to be Wednesday as well, but I can't, quote that for sure. The poster could drop tomorrow for all we know. But I'm sure you'll see articles and other things, and I'm sure some of it will be misleading and some of it will not. But lots of Halloween end stuff coming this week. We thought it was last week. Turns out it's this week. And just enjoy the journey. At the end of the day, just because, Tommy B thinks it's the biggest piece of shit Halloween movie ever, which maybe he's right. I don't know. Doesn't mean you're going to feel that way, but we knew it was going to be so divisive that when we sat down to share the information that we had with the rest of our staff, those that wanted to know, we also said you guys should respond to it truthfully on air. We get lucky and we get some Halloween scoops and etc. But don't go out there and praise it for being like the next friggin', Academy Award winning movie if that's not how you feel. We told people if you feel shit about it, then just be honest about it. That's the best thing you can do. And that's the way we'll always support it, regardless if it hits with Venom or not. There's a Patreon stream tonight, as I told you about earlier, that we could market as something else because something else is going to happen on that stream. And we could get a bunch of new people to sign up for that Patreon stream tonight. The point is we're not doing that. That's not how we market things. You should always give people an option to draw their own conclusion to something. They don't need you thinking for them. And Tommy's conclusion is it is a piece of shit. Tommy's actually very upset about the direction they take. And I'm not going to sit here and say that he's wrong. What he wants in a movie and what I want in a movie is very different. Keeping in mind that I'm the guy that likes movies made by Mike Flanagan. I'm the guy that likes limited series made by Mike Flanagan. And this kind of feels straight out of Mike Flanagan's, toolbox, if you will. You Flanagan guy, Mike? Or Matt, sorry? You're muted. I can't unmute you. You got to do it yourself.
I'm not that familiar with them. I have seen bits and pieces of Midnight Mass. I've seen a couple episodes. I haven't finished it, but from what I saw, it was really good.
Billy Boy says it's really dumb to subvert expectations when it comes to a franchise like Halloween. Fans and general audience go into it expecting a slasher. I don't know if general audience goes into it expecting a slasher, but fans do for the most part. I'll challenge you a bit on that one, though, Billy. And I'll say that out of all the slasher franchises, I think Halloween is way more story-driven than some of the other ones. I truly believe that. Even Nightmare sort of becomes laughable after a while. Not to say none of the Halloween movies do, because, there's some divisive things in those. But I just think that Halloween is approached differently. And I'm assuming Billy knows the spoilers or he wouldn't be talking this. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But the subvert expectations thing, it really does feel like that's front and center here. Very Last Jedi-like. But again, could hit. I don't know. With me, personally, I know how most of just judging by what how this fan base responds to things for the last half a decade, you have an idea how they're going to respond. Which, I mean, on one hand makes me go, well, kudos to Green and company for just making the movie they want to make, even though this was not the movie they intended to make to begin with. Knowing that, a lot of people aren't going to receive it well. At least they should have known that. All I'm going to say is some of you are putting questions in the chat that I cannot answer. I would love to, but I cannot. And although a couple of them are about something that we're going to talk about tonight over on Patreon. So patreon.com/Fandom Empire. Michael, what's going on, Mike? He says, I don't know shit about the movie and couldn't care less if I see promotion for this movie. I'll see it, though. That's a good way to go into it, man. You can be excited for it. You can see a trailer and get excited. The thing that I'm most worried about is people see a trailer that is not honest. Then they get really excited just to have the carpet pulled out from under their feet later on. Pray that they don't go that route. Is that a concern for you, Matt? I know it is for me. You're muted again, sir.
What was that question one more time? My apologies.
Well, I have some severe concerns about the marketing getting people hyped for the movie and then the carpet pulled out from under their feet once they see the movie and it not being exactly what was marketed or anywhere.
Right. Yeah.
Well, so we could be wrong though.
Yeah.
We know the marketing campaign. They could own it.
But knowing what we know and knowing how the story's going, I think you almost have to have two trailers into one. Like one part of the trailer handles what happened with Michael and all this, and then the other half is Michael and his you see attempting to kill people and stuff like that. That's the way I think they need to go with it. I mean, a little too late, you know.
Keith says, Sean, the runtime I saw is about 2 hours and 3 minutes, approximately. The one I heard slightly longer than that, but approximately. So they could get, you could get it cut down to what the last two were, and you could lose 15, 20 minutes from the film. I would argue that that would be a bad idea for the film they've made. They need all the time they can get. Isaiah says or asks, will the runtime stay around 2 hours? It's about there. Again, I think it's more than 2 hours at this point, but it's not final cut yet. So
I figured probably slightly over 2 hours.
Movie Junkie John, I'm afraid
After they cut.
it will be Evil's Veg tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this. There's an aspect of the movie that we all just talked about yesterday, I think it was, maybe the day before. Might have been the day before, specifically about the very last thing shown that I think brings some vagueness into the movie and how it's interpreted. Other than that, though, I think I don't know. Now that you put it that way, I do stand by what our guy has said to us, and it's a movie that is Matt's going to fall asleep on stream just like he did at the movie theater with Mike.
I'm not.
I do think a lot of this movie is going to come up to how people interpret it. What you make of it. I do think that's the type of movie they've made.
I mean, like I said in the previous video.
Why would any expect the creators of Halloween Kills to make a good follow-up? I have zero expectations. Well, Darren, that's cool that you have zero expectations, man. That's probably the best way to go into it. However, just remember, if you think Halloween Kills is dog shit, there's probably, 200 other people that fucking absolutely love it, and some that might even have it as their favorite movie in the franchise. So it's not like we all have the same opinion here, and it's what makes stuff like this pretty tricky. Could it be Carvers? Let's just get it over with. You're not the first person I've had message me that. Definitely not. Halloween Ends will be top 5. That's
Halloween Ends what's past Titanic.
Oh, I think he means in the franchise, but
oh yeah, I could see this. Ooh.
Okay, we can answer this. Sorry, go ahead, Matt. You were going to say something, then I'll.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking I just went to my top 5 and saying possibly putting this one in there. I was like, I don't think I can. I really don't.
I need to see it before I can make a judgment like that. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go for to the top or to the 1 hour mark of the stream anyway. So we got about 7 minutes left. If anybody has any questions they want to get in the stream, now's the time to do so. Poke One, whoever you are, just join the Patreon. Thanks for signing up to the Lambkin Lane tier. I just got the notification about that. That's great. Again, Lambkin Lane's tonight. Open mic night. So if you have a camera or a phone, you're going to get the StreamYards link, and you're going to get to come on and chat about your concerns or expectations or wants and needs for the film. And we'll do it in a way where we can sort of briefly touch on some light spoilers, although we are going to deal with one that is kind of a significant one. It's a 2-part thing. We're only discussing the one part, though we are not touching the second part. So be on the lookout for that. No, Mike, I just saw your message. That is not Intel Wild. Intel Wild is a good friend of mine. But yeah, hopefully everybody comes out to that tonight and has a good time with it. Looking forward to chatting with some people and seeing how that goes. Kills is number 3 for Ventura. That's cool. That is very cool. David Santa says Halloween Kills is very entertaining. I think so. I quite like the movie. As like a movie in general, though, like if I take a step back and just like review it as a movie, it's not very well put together. But as a fun Michael Myers movie, great. Yeah. So here's the thing: if you openly come into the channel and start spoiling shit, you're getting booted. Did the screenings have a new score? The answer to that is sort of. Apparently, there was some generic music laid in under parts rather than just using old Halloween themes. But if you're asking, did they have John Carpenter's new score? They did not. Where do you guys rank The Guest on your Halloween franchise? I know this. They've gone for a vintage feel to the film. It was described to me, the film feels like something that was filmed in the 70s or 80s. And again, until I see it, I might have a different opinion on that. But the idea that they might have done that is very, very cool.
The aura about it, yeah.
I keep seeing a question someone keeps putting in here, and I can't answer it. All I can say is I'll call you Rico. We're going to talk about that tonight. It's just not something that I think is fair to put out there publicly right now. I know it might seem like, oh, well, you want us to pay to talk about it. No, we just want to do it in a safe place where the numbers are lower and it's not going to spread like wildfire, because we do have terms for people to come out and support the channel and join those Patreon streams. That's all I can really say on that front right now. Kevin says, Kills is at the bottom for me, below Resurrection. Kills feels so contrived with awkward clashing tones and try-hard sequences and dialogue. The dialogue in Kills is not very good. I would never sit here and argue with you over that. They took a pretty good, actor in Anthony Michael Hall and probably just didn't let him do enough of his own stuff, if I'm being honest. Again, the reason I like Kills is obviously the flashback is huge. Like it's so vintage. And that's the vibe. Like the way it was kind of pointed out to me is a lot of the film feels a little bit like the flashback. Kills, for me, I love because of Michael Myers. It's his movie. It is absolutely his movie. Even though they really, really wanted you to believe before seeing it that Laurie Strode was the main character in Halloween Kills. As you see, she was not. We did get another super chat in here. Hey, guys, enjoy the channel. If Michael Myers dies in this movie, Laurie better die with him. Just hope it's really good. Random question. Did you see the Rob Zombie's Monsters trailer? I'm so fucking happy that you asked me about this. So let me start off by saying that I do not like Rob Zombie. I can't think of a single Rob Zombie movie I like. In fact, the only one I like watching is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and that's because it's so bad it makes me laugh all the time. Like I can literally I think you're fairly new to the channel, maybe not. I can, get stoned out of my mind, have a nice drink, watch Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 and just laugh. Now that said, the Munsters I got to grow up on. Yes, I'm not old enough to remember the Munsters when they were live, but my dad used to show me the Munsters when I was a kid. I was not an Addams Family guy. I didn't like the Addams Family at all. I was a Munsters guy. I liked Grandpa and I liked Herman. They were fucking hilarious. Their witty banter off of one another was always great. Jade had never seen it, and I just showed Jade the episode where Herman has to take his driver's test, and he's in like the fucking dragster looking thing, and he's whipping around the driver's course at like fucking Mach 5 as if he's a NASCAR or Formula One driver. So just to get the hell out of the vehicle, the guy passes him, and Herman's all excited, and he goes to floor on it to get out, and he backs up into the guy's vehicle, and then proceeds to keep failing his test. And I love the Monsters. The Monsters was always better in black and white for me. I dig some shows like that. The Monsters is one of them. The Monsters in today's time period, I think that's what they're going for with that new movie. I don't remember. I literally was recording my reaction to it and just decided to not put one out because it was so horribly negative. I do see people out there saying, the Monsters trailer looks terribly cheap. Well, the Monsters is supposed to look terribly cheap. That's the point. My problem with the Monsters trailer is you need to cast Herman properly. And if you don't, your whole project doesn't work. You can probably get away with Sherry Moon Zombie as Lily, but Herman and Grandpa got to come off right, and they don't at all in that trailer, in my opinion. I fucking hate. My favorite part of the trailer is when the theme song plays. There's something about just seeing them in the super bright colors that just really turns it off for me. I might see this thing. It won't be in theaters. It looks abysmal, but it doesn't look abysmal because it looks cheap. It should look cheap. There's just a bunch of other things wrong with it. Matt, what do you think of the Monsters? Were you ever a Monsters guy? I've seen you shaking your head over there. I loved the Monsters, man. I loved the theme.
I mean, I watched it growing up. I mean, I think it was on Nickelodeon. I think it was on the Fox affiliate when I was younger, and I loved it when I was younger. But as I got older, I was just like, no, not really. And this is probably by the time I was like 7 or 8. And what did he learn from that show? How to steal some beer and how to have relations with a Mexican. I mean, if he wants some Mexicans, when he comes back home, I'll just take him down Jeff Davidson. He'll buy plenty of them.
From the show, you meant? So hang on, you're saying you weren't a Monsters fan?
No, I was a little bit of a Monsters fan growing up. I was like, if it was on, if I couldn't find anything on and it was on, I'd watch it. As I got older, I came to respect it more.
It's Jane put it to me best. She watched an episode and she said, "This feels like the Flintstones meets Bewitched," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's kind of the show."
I still can't get over the reference you gave me. I'm gonna kill you when I see you.
Is the Patreon thing related to Allison? Sort of, but no, that's not the character we're going to focus on. By involvement, I guess she will kind of be focused on, but that's not where we're going with this. Is there going to be a lot of kills in Halloween Ends? The truth is there are more kills in Halloween Ends than I thought there was going to be. So on the killing side of things, I do think people are going to like how many kills are in it, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
I really think 10 to 15 is a safe bet.
Hang on, I got to take a picture of this. Oh, this is too good to not take a picture of. Oh man, that's great. Yeah, probably. Him and Mike are sort of still recovering. Matt seems to have recovered okay, although it looks like he's about to pass out on us.
No, I'm good.
We're gonna get through the rest of these questions here, and then move on. And by the rest, I mean I'm starting at David Irwin's and working below. We'll do about 5 more. If anybody else wants to get one in, you know what to do. If not, then hopefully we'll see you over on Patreon tonight. Until well, thanks for all the great content and hard work you guys do. Thank you, man. Without someone like you, Intel, I mean, if I'm being honest, Intel probably supported this channel financially somewhere in around the 40 to 50% range for like a year and a half. That allowed us to go out and do all sorts of different things. And without Intel, Phantom Empire wouldn't be where it is right now. So We have never and will never forget that. All right. I cannot answer a couple of these. That's for damn sure. Kevin says, I'm not saying Resurrection is good, but at least it knows what it was. It's big, it's cheesy, cheap, bad Halloween movie. It's a product of its time. I would also say that Resurrection might have been ahead of its time when they start doing the cam show stuff, and you're getting the raw footage, Blair Witch, Cloverfield style. I think a Halloween movie absolutely works like that if it's done right. It just wasn't done right, and I think it was ahead of its time at that part. Does part of the reason you think people will not like this movie begin? Yeah, those damn fucking cherries. Nobody fucking wants cherries. What about bananas and oranges and grapes and melons and watermelons? Fucking cherries. We're going to talk about that tonight, man. Lampkin Lane over on our Patreon. Jim, what's going on, Jim? Long time no see, brother. I know you've been popping in here again lately. I absolutely love kills, and I agree the flashback scenes were phenomenal, dude. It was. I really hope people. Again, we lost some of the flashback scene in the final edit. That scene doesn't start where the movie starts, so I'm hoping at some point in time we're going to get some of that footage back. But David Gordon Green seems he's a real hard ass when it comes to showing off deleted scenes and sequences and stuff. And these guys have so much fucking material from this trilogy that if you didn't want to do a director's cut, maybe you could do a producer's cut. If he doesn't want to do it, you could do some alternative cuts of these movies, especially with the one coming up, and 18 specifically, that would make these movies look differently. You could release them as a bunch of extras, but at the end of the day, David Gordon Green might not go that way. We'll have to see if others do. But yeah. Triple Glax likes Devil's Rejects. I'm not saying it's not good. It just wasn't for me, man. I know a lot of people do like that film.
I like that film.
Kills turned Anthony Michael Hall's Tommy and turned him into a redneck-esque character who may have been well-intentioned but not very intelligent. Yeah, and he definitely didn't come off that way on page, did he, Matt?
Nope.
Intel says Monsters trailer, didn't really like it. I didn't either, man, but I love that show. And now my new kick here before bed is when I get high, I turn on a couple episodes of the Monsters. I think there's 4 or 5 seasons.
Oh my God.
What's wrong with the Monsters, man? Why are you hating on
before you go to bed? I'm not hating on the Monsters.
Fucking Monsters hater. We get rid of the one.
I'm not a Monsters hater.
In Tommy B, and now you're here. Oh,
somebody's got to hold up the man while he's gone. But I'm not gonna go fuck myself. No.
No.
That's Tommy's gig.
Wait, Tommy B's gig is to fuck you or to fuck himself?
Fuck himself.
Okay, because that kind of came off the wrong way.
I know.
We're way past.
Do you want me to answer some of these questions?
Yeah. Are you guys more intrigued or disappointed with the direction Halloween ends? I'm gonna let Matt touch on this one, and I hope he's honest about it.
Honestly, I'm intrigued, but I'm disappointed that it's not the book end of a trilogy that we're gonna want.
Oh, Justin Smith just became my favorite new viewer. Rob Zombie actually. He won't put it the answer to that question is no.
She's even a dancer at his concert. You don't even, but she's her face is covered.
You know what?
You don't know it's
Just
her.
second horns for that because other people appreciate the comment. Leave Sherry Moon alone. I mean, Malcolm McDowell didn't want to leave Sherry Moon alone. Just saying. Looking at those movies? Let me tell you, you got to give Rob some credit for not just beating the shit out of Malcolm McDowell on set.
That's funny.
Good, but I hope they stick to a real trilogy and don't go in the opposite direction. Well, I'm gonna answer this one as honestly as I can. They don't. That's how I feel. They don't.
I agree.
That's probably saying more than I should, but they don't. And
I think it'd still be good.
to be clear, there are people that are going to say they do because of certain elements that eventually come up, but in general, they don't. It much like the new Star Wars trilogy, this trilogy will end feeling disconnected and discombobulated by most.
That's fair. Mm-hmm.
Fred Gwynn is dead. He is, but long live Freddie. He is, what a fucking talent who carried that show. And in fact, here, I'm going to date myself a bit here. I don't know if anybody in the chat will know what I'm talking about. Hopefully someone does. So my dad stops by the other night, and we're sitting outside, and I'm walking my dog. It's like midnight. And I'm telling him, hey, I just randomly started watching the Monsters again. I haven't seen it in like 25 years, right? I was very, very young when he showed me that stuff. And so we're talking and going over a few episodes and having a laugh over it. And he's like, have you ever seen Car 54? And
oh my God.
I'm like, no, what's Car 54? He's like, it's the Monsters, but it's Car 54.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I've never even heard of it. So I Googled Car 54 and found at least parts of episodes, and fucking is Grandpa's name Al Lewis? Is that what it is? I believe that's the actor.
Yes.
So Fred Gwynn and Al Lewis have some of the most incredible on-screen chemistry you are ever gonna see. Those two in Car 54 are fucking fantastic. Never even had heard of it, so it was like a blessing in disguise. It's like, well, I got to give it a shot, and now I'm gonna find myself watching more Car 54. So you've heard of that, then, Matt?
Yes, sir. It was a Nickelodeon thing back in the day.
I didn't even know Nickelodeon was around back then.
God, Nickelodeon's been around since the mid '80s, or mid to late '80s.
We got some more questions to get to here. Sham Monsters is awesome. I still watch it, but I don't plan to see the Rob Zombie trailer one fucking bit.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I'll watch that movie eventually, but there's something about Fred Gwynn's voice. Like, you needed to cast somebody that could mimic that voice, in my opinion. And I know some people will be like, well, the new guy's just making it his own. It doesn't come across as Herman at all in my eyes. I can't answer that one here, Triple. Does this movie feel like an ending, you guys, from what you know? Well, I'll be blunt. From what we know, there's 4 separate endings. But likely they use the one that they spent all the money to go and reshoot. And to an extent, I would say, whether people like it or not, yeah, it does feel like an ending. However, there's this one part that might make you think otherwise. And that part is going to be debated about for, I'm guessing, years to come.
Until the next movie comes out.
I know what I think, but I'm biased, so.
Oh, I know.
What's this about? Or what's this I'm hearing about Laurie being gay now in this movie? I've not heard anything about that at all. And I mean, if I did, so be it. People, shocking to believe, but people eventually discover the fact that they are homosexual. Sometimes they know, sometimes they don't. But if they went that way, it wouldn't bother. I know it would bother a lot of people for a lot of reasons. I'm not one of them. But no, not to my knowledge. That would be a huge oversight to not know going into this. Here's one. H2O is perfect. He loves H2O. I fucking buys the score to Halloween H2O. Like, if there's a Halloween score I have no interest in owning outside of Rob Zombie's, it's Halloween H2O. The score ruined that movie for me, in my opinion.
It's sort of classical. The classical music.
That said, I understand the nostalgia behind Halloween H2O and why a lot of people love that film. And in a few months here, you're going to get that film in a way you've never gotten it before in its 4K release with all those extras. And I hope you snatch it up, man. for the people that love that film, I'm glad they're getting a unique product for it because they've deserved it for a long time, in my opinion. Bro, do you know for sure they had 2 cuts of the film? One was good, one was not that good. I know for sure there was 2 different cuts of the film shown. I know that they were very similar. The major differences being the ending and the beginning, and then there's some stuff in the middle that's a little different. I've heard from no one that this film was received overly positively. I've seen people putting that out there and wanting to, push that narrative, but I've heard it was negative by a lot and mixed reviews and confusion by a lot of others. I'm not saying people didn't love moments. There's a moment that happens in this movie that I was told firsthand people cheered for, legitimately cheered for in the test screening. Probably also lets you know that you have Halloween fans in your test screening if they're cheering for that, just saying. But there's a moment where people cheer for something. So it's not like everything is bad, and you might love everything. Simply saying it's going to be fucking divisive no matter how they cut this thing in the end. Where else did Justin? Hang on, there's only 2 don't tell me that. There's only 2 seasons of the Munsters? Isn't there like 3 movies, though? Pretty sure the Munsters had some movies, too.
I think you're right.
Where did Justin go? Did I highlight the one he went? Oh, David Gordon Green has made it in my top 3 of worst directors. I can't go that far, Justin, simply because when I look at this this franchise, it's in even after this film, it will be in a healthier position than it was when they came into this trilogy.
Oh God, yes.
Will they lose some of that? Maybe. But it's still going to end in a much better way than it began in terms of where the franchise sits in its value. Intel Wild says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, everybody. Yeah, you don't have to super chat to support the channel. You don't even have to sign up for Patreon. It's as simple as clicking the thumbs up button. Click that thumbs up button if you haven't yet. It does help. I know some of you might not know this, but it helps others such as you click that thumbs up button, and it helps them find it. So please take a moment if you've enjoyed our discussion here today. If you're considering joining us tonight, click the thumbs up button. Let other people find this stream after you have already watched it. It does help a lot. Thanks for putting the awareness out there, Mr. Wild. All righty. Byron, I'm not answering that. Fred Gwynn was great in Pet Sematary too. He was in Pet Sematary. Fred was a cop. Car 54, where are you? Car 54, where are you? Oh my God! Shout out to the fucking chat. I did not fucking think anybody was gonna get a Car 54 reference, and the fact that we've been able to turn this Halloween end stream as we get ready to end it into a little bit of a love fest for the month in Car 54 is fucking awesome. From this fat out of shape Canadian, I thank you. You've made my Sunday. It's great. There's not enough love for that stuff. He was good in My Cousin Vinny as well. They did a
Judge
54 as a movie in the 90s. Oh,
it sucked.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It sucked.
Fred is the judge in Cousin Vinny. Yep, Matt just said that. I'm fucking loving this, guys. This is what I'm talking about. As much as we're going to cover Halloween leading up to the movie, and even after, we have so much Halloween shit coming after Halloween ends, pun intended, including special guests involved with the franchise coming on the channel. So we're looking forward to doing that as well. Chris Durand is terrible as Michael Myers. I don't know if I'd say that, but I hate the mask. Like, why are the eye holes so
the mask was dreadful.
Which one? The CG one, the alien one, the normal one?
All of them.
The H6 one? I don't mind the H6 one they used at the beginning. They should have just
no
stuck with it.
No, they had his eyes so damn big in H2O mask. You can see his eyes, and the one thing about that mask, you are not supposed to see his eyes.
Agreed. Arthur Vega sends another $20 super chat. Thanks for supporting the channel on that level, man. It really does mean a lot. What if Halloween 6, the Man in Black was revealed to be Gabriel from the Prophecy movie?
That's a good one.
Why don't we just have Grandpa from the Monsters walk out at the end and say he did it with a secret potion of his? No, I love what you're doing there, man. That's hilarious. I like that. That's awesome. I hope everybody's having a great time on this. I totally understand why everybody wants it to be, well, it's titled Halloween Stream, so we want to keep the focus on Halloween, but it's been really nice to sort of, talk about some of these other things. I did not expect to come across the Monsters the other day. I did. I didn't expect to fall down this Car 54 wormhole. I have. But yeah. I thought I seen a Jimmy question in here, but I don't see it now. I don't know if that was someone referencing Mr. Champagne or something else. Looks like we're coming to the end of this, though, guys. Here's what we're going to do. What time is it? 3:07. We'll go 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes, and we're out of here no matter what, guys. So get your questions in. We'll answer as many of them as we can. If you want to support the channel, again, send a super chat. Sign up for Patreon tonight. Open mic night. If you have a webcam, if you have a computer, if you have a phone, if you have, I don't know, a crow, like in Game of Thrones, you can just fucking send us a little letter and we'll read it on air. Whatever. It's our first ever open mic tonight over on Patreon. We're looking forward to it. So hopefully see everybody who's a Patreon member over there. What else did we have here? How would all you rate how would we all rate? This has got to be Solid Saturn behind this fucking account, just the way he's talking. I am 100% convinced, Solid, that you are the October. So if you are, come in here and just admit that you're the October, and I'll answer your question. Go ahead, man. I'll get out of here. I'll finish up. Matt, will we see you on Patreon tonight? You're going to be a part of Open Mic Night?
What do you say, about 9:30?
9:30.
Yeah, I should be there.
Alrighty. Well, that's going to do it for Matt.
I'm not going to miss this. I'm not going to miss this one. See what some loyal people got to say.
Yeah, hey, it can be a group therapy session tonight.
Oh, group therapy is always good.
It is. It's good to talk about your problems and, not keep them all boggled up where you become the next version of Michael Myers. Anyways, Matt, thanks for doing this, man. I'll finish up here the next 5 minutes, and we'll see you tonight, dude. All
right, sir. Y'all, everybody have a good night.
There you have it, Mr. Whitfield. I need a new background now because you see this doesn't work for this. How fucking dare him inconvenience me? Yeah, I still see you. You're supposed to be going pee. You're still in the green room. I know you see me. There he goes. He's gone. All right, let's try this. I think this works. Let's try that. That'll work for now. Let's take a look at the chat. It's fucking hot in here. I'm sweating balls. How's it going, man? Late to the party, but I'm here. Welcome, dude. Hopefully you and the family are well. Hopefully all is good. I'm gonna message our boy Multiverse. Multitasking here, guys. Limited time. Where are we? Is Halloween ends like season of like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch? I would say that it's closer to that movie than any other Halloween movie. I truly believe that. Don Harrison, Fred Gwynn was having problems with the makeup, and that's why they only did 2 seasons. I see. Does anybody know the episode count then on those 2 seasons? That's unfortunate. The Monsters is fucking great, though. And he made that show. But yes, that looked like it was a pain in the ass to deal with, for sure. Halloween watch-alongs coming, leading to ends. So this is, yes, we're going to do it. I'm just not sure how yet. We'll probably do some just on the main channel, and we'll do some exclusively to Patreon as well. So we'll do a little bit for both. David Santa says, I'm new to the channel and have subbed. Great stream. Thanks for coming out, man. Appreciate you spending your time today. We know Sunday is a valuable day for a lot of people, and hopefully we gave you a little bit of enjoyment today. There are monster movies, but there's some bad ones they made in the 90s. Oof. Do we know the significance of the window? Is it ever going to be hinted at all? Depends if it stays. The answer to that, though, I believe, would be sort of. Probably not nearly as well as a lot of people want. He should have been. He should have been, but apparently they've removed that, so we'll have to wait and see. The Munsters full series collection is only $20 when buying it this week for sure. I did not expect, welcome Dean, by the way, did not expect to alter course into the Munsters and Car 54 direction. But I want to thank the people in the chat who allowed that and added to that. It really did make my afternoon. Bummed to know that there's only 2 seasons of the Munsters, though. I was not aware of that. Anybody know what the full episode count is? I'd be curious for that now. Herman was driving the car that killed Ben Fraser. Oh my God, that I gotta say, I think that probably ends it. Which Patreon tier do I need to go to for open mic night? It's Lambkin Lane, man. Lambkin Lane. Let me put this up there. Open mic night. This is why you need other people on here, because then I can't do this stuff well managed to talk to you because I'm a shitty multitasker. So, open mic night tonight on Patreon, Lambkin Lane tier, patreon.com/fandomempire. Doesn't matter the quality of your product as long as you don't have a chainsaw going in the background or something. Throw yourself on your phone, throw yourself on your webcam, and we'll probably get to you multiple times. So once we have bring you on for one question and or comment, we'll get you off screen and then we'll bring you back on as well. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, that is gonna do it. 70 episodes, says Justin Smith. Much appreciated, man. Good to know that I still have a lot more to go. Big thanks to everybody out there. Means a lot. It was a great stream. It was a fun stream. Long live the Munsters, and I don't mean Rob Zombie's version, and Car 54. NMJ Films. So this is going to be elevated horror film, isn't it? That's yeah. Anyways, don't forget to follow us on social media, everybody, at Fandom Empire now on Twitter. If you're not following us on social media, go over to Twitter right now. It's at Fandom Empire now. Give us a follow on Twitter, Instagram. Join our Facebook group. We're trying to grow that a bit. We got to weed out trolls from it once in a while. But it's Fandom Empire now on Facebook. Our boy Dean Renner is in charge of our Halloween fandom group over on Facebook, which a lot of people post on. And then tonight, Lambkin Lane. That's right, Lambkin Lane for all Patreon members at the Lambkin Lane tier or higher. Patreon.com/Fandom Empire. It's open mic night tonight, and we will be touching on what I would say is a fairly significant part of the movie. But there's another part that goes with that we will not be touching on. So we'll see you tonight, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Big thanks for coming out. Big thanks to Matt. We'll see you next time. Good night. Or good afternoon. Or something. Bloody hell. Fuck me. Damn it. Don't know how to end this now. Solid Saturn. You probably deserve what's coming.